In other words, the flow of energy and particles that typically go in one direction across the Earth from our sun, which is over on this side, has been opposed by something else. Let me show you the picture. This was brought to the community's attention by another YouTube channel earlier today. So as you can see, there was almost a shock wave of energy that, as you can see, as this progresses, here's the normal flow. Then all of a sudden we saw this, this is normally flowing over the Earth, and then we saw this shock wave of energy just going right across the Earth, and then hitting the Earth, and then off we go. So I wanted you to understand what this was before we talk to you about our next guest, Terral Blackstar. Terral came on our show. We were just in the middle of taping stuff, and he was kind enough to come on for just a few minutes to tell us what his take was on the magnetopause reversal. And the last time we saw this in magnetopause reversal was in April of 2016. He's also going to go through all that too. So join me and my guest, Terral Blackstar and Wayne Steiger, to get an update on the magnetopause. I have to unmute Terral. Hello,
Yeah.
Terral.
Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, that's what I was saying. You have to unmute me.
Yeah, now the reason that we wanted to have Terral on the show today for a few minutes, and thank you for joining us on such short notice, Terral.
Okay, yeah, I was sure that it was
How
about
you doing?
the magnetopause reversal. I was sure that was what it was whenever you
Yeah.
sent me the message that from
They're
BP Earthwatch.
intercepting the signal.
Yeah, so what happened, everybody that's listening, is we just saw BP Earthwatch actually reported on a magnetopause reversal. I checked into it and looked at the space weather instruments, and I did see the same result. And then, Terral, I'm sure you've been tracking it as well, right?
Right.
Okay. Could you give us, do you have the ability to steer the screen, Terral, right now? Are you in a place where you can drive? In case you don't know who Terral Blackstar is, everybody, he is one of the most profound researchers of let's call it space anomaly relative to biblical prophecy and spiritual teachings and things like that. But he has one of the best data sets available on Earth changes relative to what he's been tracking for 5 years now, Terral?
6 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And we can predict when this is going to happen, but we're in the wrong part of the solar system. But I have an idea now. Let me get to the actual time right here.
Yep.
And let me look at the solar system. Let's put up the constellations. And let's see if there's a planet behind us that could be causing the magnetic portal connection convergence. Because I haven't looked this over. The Earth is on this side. Let's see what's behind.
Yeah, I think that's Neptune, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you got Uranus here, and you got Neptune here.
Yep.
And the black star is, I'll show you. The black star is right relative to the sun. It's right here. So it's in the Libra constellation where my cursor is. So we'd have to.
Yep, that's what I remember last time.
Yeah, we would have to have magnetic portal convergence from a magnetic portal that is actually coming from behind us, and the planet that is in the right place is Uranus, and that's one of Frank Hagerbeat's favorite planets for causing anomalies, which I don't see the reason why, but the physicists that I'm working with, they're introducing me to a new set of data points, of data sets that you're mentioning, and I'm coming to realize more and more that this is going to have to do with resonation and frequency and things I'm just still trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah,
so,
what constellation is Uranus in right now? I can't see the print.
Pisces.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Pisces, which means we would have to have what you have is a subatomic particle flow that's coming from the direction of where Uranus is through Earth and then towards the sun. And that would be from a magnetic portal connection that is connected to the black star that's over here. That would be stretched across. It would have to be stretched across this way, but it's going to have to converge with another portal connection. The sun and the black star connection is right here.
Right.
So whenever I back the Earth up and come around, you can see as Earth was coming in, look at the date down below. You see how that is April
Yep, it should be in April. That time
Yeah.
from.
Okay, so April 23rd is when it happened, and our alignment happened here. So we have a magnetic portal connection from the black star. You have another one from the Earth to the black star, and another one from the sun to the black star, making a triangle. So
Right.
it's a 90-degree angle here at outside orbital position. That's in February, and we called that. That's when you have minimal seismic activity. Then we move towards the black star. This is getting into April. This is when the magnetic portal connection is shortening rapidly. And as we're passing between,
Ah!
I hate when that happens.
No, it's good because I was going to make a comment for new listeners that may not know what we're talking about all the way. And what we're talking about is when we observe the Earth, one of the things we can look at is the how much solar wind is coming off our star towards the Earth, and we can also see magnetic flow from the sun across the Earth. And these instruments that NASA lets us see, we noticed in April of 2016 that we had almost as if it was another star behind the Earth pushing the opposite way than it should have. And now today we found another anomaly similar to what happened in April, and that's what Terrell's walking us through right now. Sorry, Terrell.
Right. Yeah, this happened on March 12th, 2012, whenever the Earth was between the sun and Leo. So that's one of the ways that we know directionality of the black star, because it happened in March in 2012, and then it happened in April in 2016. So we know that the black star is moving in prograde fashion by the direction of these winds that are coming, that are opposing us. So if it happened in March and then it happened earlier in the year, say February, that would mean the black star is moving in the opposite direction in retrograde fashion. So we know it's moving this way, and it could be that the black star is having an influence. It could be from a black star influence, but not directly. See this, whenever this magnetopause turns around in April, it's not because of direct radiation coming from the black star. It's because of those converging portals. So we're going to look for the same scenario on the opposite side of the solar system, knowing that the black star is here and Uranus is right here. So that portal would have to be coming this way. Uranus is moving this way. But whenever the Earth is involved, see, we're moving rapidly. We're moving 66,000 miles per hour. Those magnetic portal connections are converging that rapidly. You're not going to get that with Uranus that's moving out here very, very slowly.
Well, let me, again, just I'm going to put a theory out there, Terrell, okay? Could it be that the black star has a planet with it?
A lot of people are speculating about that, but I have no data that supports.
No, I'm saying let's say that it had a planet, and let's say that the planet was in proximity to the Earth, let's say within within the inner solar system distance, right, of the Earth. Would that be a way for a portal connection to occur on the Earth?
And I'm not thinking so. Any object that's going to be associated with a black star is going to have an elliptical orbit. It's going to come very, very close and then be slung out, and then come back in and then be slung out again. And like I said, we know where the black star is. We know where the focal point is. Don has the observatory class telescope, infrared equipment, and we're not seeing it. So I'm going to have to.
We're just trying to look at things as objectively as we can, and you definitely.
Well, there's wind. The evidence that you're looking at shows that there is a source of subatomic particles that's coming from behind the Earth that's blowing towards the sun. The only thing that's out here is Uranus. And I'm having difficulty. There would be a sun connection to Uranus going this way, and then the black star connection would be coming across this way. So it is a small angle. Uranus is moving this way, but if it's true, if what I'm suggesting is true, then we're going to continue experiencing this for some time, because Uranus moves. Look how fast the inner planets are moving. I'm just bringing Uranus a little bit.
That would be one way for us to judge if Uranus is the culprit.
Right. If it continues, then because this portal connection is going to black star is moving very slowly in this direction. Uranus is moving very slowly in this direction. And I just thought of this idea while you were asking me the question, and wanted to see if there's a planet that's behind us. So I've been playing with it now. We're out of position, and it appears that we do. but I'm really going to have to sit down with this for a longer period, and then I'm going to hear back from my physicist, and then I'll be able to give you a better report. Whenever that happens, I'll send you an email, because really I don't know.
That sounds great, Terrell, and I just wanted to appreciate you. Wayne, did you have any other questions for Terrell? We'll let him back to his day.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out how Neptune would have such an influence, particularly where.
No, it's not Neptune or Uranus, whichever planet that it is. Uranus, it's the way that it's connected to the sun.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I meant Uranus.
Yeah, it's connected to the sun through a magnetic portal connection.
Right.
And that's what powers. I mean, if you listen to the astrophysicists, they don't say this, but this is my view, that Earth shield, the energy comes from the sun through the magnetic portal connection. So as the heliosphere is shrinking, remember it's shrunk 25% in just 10 years. The sun is losing energy to the black star. That's why the heliosphere is shrinking. So it's because of the magnetic portal connections. They transfer billions and billions and billions of subatomic particles per second. And then whenever they get close to one another, then they get that portal-to-portal cross-firing. You get the ionic cloud formation that's given direction by the converging portals. So I understand how it works with the Earth because it moves so rapidly, but I can't wrap my head around the idea that these converging portals from this angle, seems like they'd have to be at a smaller angle. I know that we have about a 5 to a 7 degree angle with the magnetic portal connections when Earth is involved. This angle still looks too big, but the planets are further away. So I need more time, and then I need to hear back from some of my people, and then we'll either be able to come up with something. It's going to have to do with another planet, though. This is I cannot see how this could be caused by the Earth. We're not going to have our opportunity for magnetic portal connection convergence. Let me see here. The black star's over here. We're on October the 14th. We're going to be swinging by in just about this position here whenever this magnetic portal connection that we're pulling is going to come across. We're going to pull a black star connection across the Earth-Sun portal connection and the black star-Sun magnetic portal connection, but that doesn't happen until later in November. So then we'll have the Sprite formation between the Earth and the Sun and between the black star and the Sun. And if the Earth is far enough below the plane, it looks like that it's going to be above the plane. So that whenever that happens, then we don't get the solar flare activity that's caused. See, the sun senses these waves kind of push through, and then it launches the solar flares. So when the ones leading up to the alignment, they happen off the eastern limb, and then after it, we have magnetic portal connection divergence, and we get the big flare off the western limb. That's the pattern. But this is still too early. This was really unexpected for me, and I'm just haven't had the time to be able to get advice from my physicists and stuff to see what it could possibly be.
Before you leave, Terrell, can you give us just a little bit of information about your website and how people can subscribe to your newsletter and stuff like that?
Sure. Appreciate you guys letting me do that.
No, man, we are all trying to do the same thing. And you know, we've got laymen, we've got scientists, we've got physicists, we've got astronomers. And the more people that, you know, as you know, and you tried this before in your life, I know you've told me the story, the more people, the better, especially when they're as qualified as your team is. So
absolutely.
Yep,
we've got a lot of resources that we can help other people, and you've got resources where you're helping us. So it's a help thing. We're trying to get the word out to people so they can become aware of what's happening all around us. So it's pretty simple, you know, a little website.
Straight ahead. And Terrell, like I said, he's got lots of, again, and a growing army, as I understand, Terrell, as you continue to plow through this information. So thank
Absolutely. You. And survival groups are forming, and a lot of them are WSO people. So if people are interested in doing something, because a lot of times you can stress out because you're sitting back, you're seeing this information, you're starting to get frightened and stuff, and you're not doing anything about it. A lot of people that are signing up for the survival group that's forming in the Ozarks. So if people are interested, hit the subscription button. Then you'll be able to write me at the Gmail account and then ask me for a threat assessment report. I'll give it to you, and then give me permission to share your contact information, and then I'll share it with the other survivalists and put you on the list. And then you'll start getting email notifications of new people, new recruits that are coming in that you can contact. Everybody can work together to make a strong survival group. That's the idea.
That's the whole idea, is everybody networking together and everybody working together. And so, Terrell, thank you. We're going to move on with the